What kind of films did you grow up watching? Not just the Disney Channel originals that would pop up occasionally on cable that helped us pass the time, or the kids' movies that your parents would put on so you'd stop bugging them and they could have 90 minutes apiece. What were the movies that you chose to watch? The ones you went out of your way to keep replaying on DVD over and over again, to the point where you were grounded for getting the soundtrack stuck in your sister's head. Maybe it was Shrek or Toy Story. For me, though, it was the ever-loathed and constantly memed cult classic, Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat, starring Canadian legend Michael John Myers and based on the classic children's book. While finding a way to connect this acid trip of a film to class may seem like a difficult feat on the surface, I actually found it surprisingly easy. You see, in our 7th week of class, we spoke about Walter Benjamin's viewpoint on the original and reproductions. While for most of the passage we read for the week was talking about photographs and mechanical reproductions, I feel his sentiment applies just as much to reproductions of stories, such as remakes and adaptations. To quote Benjamin, even the most perfect reproduction of a work of art is lacking in one element: its presence in time and space, its unique existence at the place where it happens to be. Now, I completely understand the point that's made here. We see it time after time with sequels and remakes of films in modern cinema, the same water being tread because it's safe, but it lacks the same effect on audiences because the story being told has already been told beat for beat in a time and place that better suited it. That's not the case with The Cat in the Hat, though. While adapting Dr. Seuss's basic premise for the feature-length adaptation of the story, this movie has so many ideas that make it stand on its own. I mean, the original book has no pop culture references, no boner jokes, no Alec Baldwin picking his belly button, no Mrs. Kwan, and worst of all, no upbeat Smash Mouth track blasting during the third act resolution. By distinguishing itself so much from the original, this reproduction is able to perfectly capture its time and space. A film in the early 2000s would simply not be complete without at least one Smash Mouth song in the soundtrack. When thinking about scenes that define The Cat in the Hat, many come to mind. However, the piñata scene really does a phenomenal job at showcasing the comedic genius of the film.
Everybody join in! It's racing!
Step out of my way.
This cannot end well.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
I got an idea.
The stakes, the build-up, the payoff, the licensed music, all of it mixes together to serve as one of the most memorable moments of this underappreciated masterpiece. Does The Cat in the Hat exceed the original book? Probably not. Do I actually believe this movie is as good as I've described it? No. No, I do not. But does it challenge Benjamin's ideas of reproduction? And is it a worthy film recommendation for this class? I believe so.
Son of a bitch! Oh yeah!